Good morning, people. Good morning. Happy Saturday to y'all. It's your boy Mike D, aka DDE80, aka Mike DZ. How y'all doing on this happy Saturday? Just got off work and I'm still up, so I'm going ahead and do the point of view on this early Saturday morning. Shout out to the Point Place family. Shout out to Bobby Reezy. Go out there and get the album, listen to the music of Bobby Reezy. Good dude. Been knowing him for a long time, almost 30 years. And me and him have a close bond as friends. And I appreciate him very much for letting me do the point of view. Also to all the other Point Place family, congratulations to all of those guys. Whatever they doing or in the works of doing, good luck with that. All of them, every last one of my brothers and sisters in the Point Place family. Shout out to M Breezy, my little brother, my little homeboy. Shout out to him. Shout out to my little niece Naya. Love you, baby. To my sister, I love her too. Love all y'all. Thank y'all for listening to me on the point of view on this Saturday. Man, I'm going to start off with the NCAA tournament. There's a lot of teams that were expected to make it, didn't even make it, man. St. Mary's got bounced last night. I think Auburn got bounced. The big teams that are doing it. I congratulate McNeese and Grambling for making it. Today's going to be a real serious one because Michigan State plays North Carolina. That's my friend's team. And shout out to Kendo because Kendo loves North Carolina as well as my boy DJ Fadeaway. I'm a Michigan State guy I'm a Spartan because of Magic and Matee Cleaves and Draymond Green and all those boys. And Steve Smith as well, who all played with Michigan State. I don't know about that one, guys. I think we probably end up going home. The bad ranking, man, we end up going up against those guys. So that's a tough ranking for us there. Not only that, though, Duke plays today as well. There's going to be Houston. I think Houston played last night and won. They blew their team out, whoever they're playing. But so far, the four that's been in there, the final four I had said is still in the mix. So we'll see what happens with it as it keeps going on and on. Great day for college basketball on the men's and the women's side. So also I'm so sorry. I've been talking about women on the point of view, but I forgot that this is Women's Month. This whole month is dedicated to women's. I will have a podcast on women. I'm gonna try to have one if I can make it. I'm gonna have to take some time out and try to put one up for the ladies as well. Some women influencing women in the game of sports. Tennis, basketball, things like that as well. Wrestling as well like that. I want to give a shout out to the women as well. Now, if I don't get to it, because I got a lot of them going on, if I don't get to it, ladies, I'm not trying to omit you guys on the point of view. I will get a podcast in for you ladies. I'm going to do like a top 20 or top 25 women influence women in sports. Let me just say it like that. I don't want to mess up what I'm saying, and I don't want to get in trouble for not mentioning the ladies as well. The Lakers won last night against Philly. I know they didn't have Embiid, but they had LeBron James, they had AD, and they had Russell. The Lakers are trying to make a push to get out of. They need to at least try to get to 6. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to get into the play-in again, and this is going to be what it is again, man, trying to come all the way back as a 7-seed team. Now, don't get me wrong. Excuse me. The Miami Heat did it last year. They went from the play-in to the NBA Finals. They didn't win. The Lakers can win with LeBron James on the court. They can win if they were to be that spot. Golden State lost to the Pacers. I kind of figured that Halliburton and them are going to beat the Warriors. I had said that when I saw them playing. I said the Warriors could possibly get beat by them. And that's exactly what happened. The Clippers won as well. So the NBA is still getting, getting to the point where everything is starting to be everything as part of, as we get to March Madness. Major League Baseball is about to kick off. The NFL draft is coming. It's a lot of things that are coming within the next 2 months of sports. The playoffs, NBA playoffs, is going to be very exciting because you go from the play-in all the way to the actual playoffs. It's going to be a tussle for whoever makes it get there. I think the Heat just burnt out last year, and they couldn't compete with Denver because Denver did not have to play in the play-in. They did, and that's the thing. Sometimes that's good when you are peaking while you're playing and while other teams are getting rest. Sometimes they're good, sometimes it's not. It's a do or die thing with that situation. Also, let's get into the meat and potatoes of the situation here. Let's talk about WWE Friday Night SmackDown. Shout out to the Street Profits. They finally got into the tag team situation. They have to beat Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Now, I will say this, folks, and I want people to understand why I'm going to say this. The Street Profits need to be in that match at WrestleMania. But also, Grayson Waller and Austin Theory needs to be in there. And I'll tell you why. That's a fresh tag team that could possibly have an opportunity to win the tag team titles. If you want to take Austin and Grayson Waller serious, put them in that tag match, that ladder match at Mania, and they win the titles. This is something that WWE could do. I still think the Awesome Truth or DIY could possibly win. That's my theory. I think you go with the Awesome Truth. If you want to have shock value, you go with R-Truth and Miz. Because what happens if they don't win? Somebody's going to turn on somebody. It ain't no need to have them fighting like that because there's no story to that. There's a story to it, but it's not going to be like a arcing story where it be's on a pay-per-view. No. But if Austin Theory and Grayson Waller wins against the Street Profits, yeah. But I think that the Street Profits will probably be in there. I don't think Grayson Waller and Austin Theory is probably not going to have a match at Mania. Rey Mysterio loses to Santos because of Dominic Mysterio. I don't know where this is going. I think you make a rematch between Rey Mysterio and Santos. I said Santino. Well, Santos, at WrestleMania, where Rey Mysterio wins again. Because what's going to end up happening is this. A few years from now, WrestleMania is going to be up. Rey Mysterio is going to lose to either Dominic Mysterio or an upcoming star. They're going to be the ones that get him out of, that sends Rey Mysterio into retirement. It's happening. It's going to happen. And they're saving that story. I don't think you go with Rey versus Dom at Mania this year. You could, as a rematch, you could do that. And if you want Dom to win, then he wins. But then you have a rubber match. You could have the rubber match at the following WrestleMania where Dom wins or Rey wins and Rey rides in the sunshine. That's what I see. I think WWE should let Rey Mysterio win his last match in WWE. That's just me talking. That's the way I see it. I think you should do the Sting thing or the Trish. Sting and Trish and Edge. Because those three retired on top. Trish came back. Edge also came back. But when they first retired, they were able to do it. Sting retired this just early in this month. And it was a great feeling for the Stinger. Speaking of the Stinger, I haven't forgotten about the podcast I'm going to do on the two-time Hall of Famer. Sting's a TNA Hall of Famer as well as WWE Hall of Famer. If AEW had a Hall of Fame, no doubt about it, Sting would be the one in the mix. And I think they're going to announce that soon, that they're going to have a Hall of Fame. The Hardys, ladies and gentlemen, also some news, and then I'll get back into SmackDown. The Hardys, ladies and gentlemen, there's a talk going out that not only are the Motor Machine Guns, the Motor City Machine Guns, are free agents, but there's also talk that the Hardys, particularly Matt Hardy, is going to become a free agent in AEW. Does WWE pick him up for another year, for another rip? I think they do. And I'll tell you why. Because Matt Hardy him and Jeff are going to be in the Hall of Fame. I don't know if Jeff Hardy is going to I don't know if Jeff Hardy's going to come to WWE, because I think that his contract, he still has time on it because of the injury and everything. And remember, when you're injured, WWE freezes that contract until you come back. They still pay you and everything, but you still have to honor out your contract before it happens. So that's what I've heard about people that be injured. Their contract is a little longer because of injury. I want to say this. Seth Rollins is a free agent. Becky Lynch is a free agent coming up. These are people that you got to keep a lookout on. I think they still will resign with WWE. I don't think, if Becky Lynch was to sign with AEW, then whoever's the champion over there, they can forget it, because she's going to win. She's going to be the champion. But I'm saying that because that's what I'm hearing in the dirt sheets of wrestling. Io Sky versus Naomi. We saw what happened, Bianca. So I guess Bianca is going to group up with Naomi or with Bayley to try to help Bayley become the champion. I do think that WWE needs to do this. They need to make the Kabuki Warriors defend the women's tag team titles at WrestleMania. I think if you put Naomi and Bianca together, they'll win the tag team titles. You got to figure out a way to take the belts off of Damage Control. And I don't know if it's going to happen at Mania, but it could happen sooner or later. All three of them are not going to be champions because Asuka's injured. Dakota Kai and Carly Sane, they're gonna take the belts off of them soon, and it's got to happen at WrestleMania or after WrestleMania. It's gonna happen. With that being said, as well, Roman and Cody, they had their talk. Roman had said he didn't have nobody there, but he lied because Jay was on the other side. Jay was on Cody's side. But Jimmy and Solo were there, and Cody brought Seth and Jay as well. WrestleMania is winding up, ladies and gentlemen. We're like 2 weeks away from it. The road to WrestleMania is still hot. It's hot, man. I tell you this, it is absolutely, positively hot. I still think they're going to make some more matches for WrestleMania. I would love to see Bobby Lashley go up against Karrion Kross. That's a match I would love to see. If there's a way, I would put Chad Gable in the match with Gunther and Sami Zayn. But it's not going to happen, I don't think. If WWE would change that match, then they would look out for Chad Gable. It's a lot, going on in the business, man, of wrestling right now. Rock has, made it more interesting than what it was, because the bloodline, I hate to say this, and I'm saying this because it's true, they have the most real relevant storyline in SmackDown business right now. When the corporate ministry was on SmackDown a long time ago, it was compelling because they grouped up so many people. You never know who's going to be there. The NWO storyline stood out for like over 2 years until it came with the red and black. The Bloodline has done that. Evolution did it. The Shield did it. But the Bloodline and the Judgment Day and the Damage Control are the most compelling stories in WWE right now. It's just that compelling. Along with the storyline with Mello and Trick, that too. But I'm telling you, those storylines are what it is right now in wrestling, folks. The Bloodline is there. The Bloodline has had this storyline for like, what, 3-4 years now? Jimmy Uso left, came back, and still sided with Roman Reigns. Jey Uso left, came back, sided with Roman Reigns, but he was the one to leave the group. Sami Zayn was along with them as well. I'm just saying, and Kevin Owens, these storylines that are not compared, but constant with the Bloodline is great. And let me say this right. So, ladies and gentlemen, people been asking me about The Rock and asking me about Roman Reigns. Who is what and what is what? Let me tell y'all this right now. If you've been watching these storylines between the Bloodline and Cody and Seth, the two other principles that has been looking second tier in this whole situation. Number one, The Rock is the number one guy in this storyline. Roman Reigns may be the undisputed champion, but The Rock is the number one guy. The Rock is the star, and Roman Reigns and the Bloodline are the supporting cast. Rock has elevated the Bloodline to the point where he is the number one guy in this storyline. Believe it or not, when I tell you this, I'm telling you something that is real. All you got to do is watch how this storyline has been unfolding. Rock is number one. Roman is number two in this storyline, folks. Roman Reigns is second type tier along with the whole Bloodline. They are the supporting cast, and The Rock's the star. Now let's talk about the other side. Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins. Cody Rhodes is the number one. Seth Rollins, even though he's the World Heavyweight Champion, he's the second tier guy. Man, I'm telling you, Seth Rollins is a co-star to Cody Rhodes, and he has the championship. This goes to show you right here that Cody Rhodes is the golden boy right now of WWE. It's just that simple. Because when they had Survivor Series, Cody was doing all the talking instead of Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins should have been the leader of Survivor Series team from last year. It was Cody Rhodes doing it. It was not Seth Rollins, even though he's the World Heavyweight Champion. Keep this in mind, and I never thought about this until somebody was talking about this with me at the job. They say, D, I'm going to tell you, there's two principles that might can happen in this thing, a big swerve. Seth Rollins could side with Roman Reigns. I'm like, huh? Seth Rollins could run it up with Roman Reigns. Shield. Those guys are best friends outside of WWE. They're best friends. Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns is. Here's the first thing. Second is Rock could cause Roman the title at WrestleMania Night 2. There's no doubt in my mind, and I want to say this, and I'm hope that I'm wrong, but I doubt it. There is a possibility, and I want you all to listen to what I'm about to tell you. There is a possibility that Roman Reigns and Rock win night 1 against Cody and Seth, to where it be bloodline rules where anything goes. I think that Rock will turn on Roman Reigns in the bloodline and cost Roman Reigns the title. Because something has got to happen. If this match is big as what it is, which is it's going to be a big match at Mania, something has to happen that is a shock value in that tag team match or the night of the title matches at WrestleMania. I do believe that Seth Rollins will lose to Drew McIntyre. I think Drew McIntyre, after a 4-year hiatus at WrestleMania, by him winning and losing to Bobby Lashley 1 year, I think that he gets his WrestleMania moment this year, Drew McIntyre. I think he becomes the World Heavyweight Champion. And I think Cody Rhodes becomes the undisputed Universal Champion because of Rock. I think Rock is going to be the one that causes Roman Reigns the match. Why I say that? Because later on down the line, it will be Rock versus Roman in a one-on-one match. The thing about it is, when are they going to have it? Because when they have it, Rock has got to be not shooting any movies when they do this. He's going to have to make a schedule to where he has this match. Crown Jewel would have been great to have Rock there. I don't think he's going to be there unless he just comes there and talks about what he's going to do to Roman Reigns. Or we can see if Seth Rollins holds on to the title at WrestleMania, we could see Rock versus Seth Rollins at a pay-per-view. It's so many moving arcs going on, long arc in situations that it's interesting to see how this is going to come out at WrestleMania. But I'm here to tell you, I'm here for it. I'm here for it, folks. Are you guys ready for WrestleMania? Are you guys ready for the NCAA tournament? Because let me tell you something, that's drama-filled too. Because the teams that you're expecting to win, they're not winning, they're losing. These low seed teams are beating these high-ranked teams in this NCAA tournament. This is why they say it's the Cinderella story. Because teams you think that are going to win, they're not winning. They're losing. They're getting put out. And speaking of that, let me talk about the other night. Oakland. Man, the dude came off the bench. I forgot the guy's name. The guy put up 10 threes in that game. There's no way you're going to win a game when a person on the opposite side is shooting 10 threes and hitting them. You can't beat that. Sometimes it works, but you're not going to beat a team like that. You know, it's just not going to happen. And congratulations for Oakland making it to the next round of the tournament. But man, that was a great display of what he was doing out there, you know. And so, you know, NBA drama-filled too, baseball drama-filled. All these sports are drama-filled. It's to keep us focused and keep us looking at the product. It's that simple. With that being said, I'm going to yield here because I got a busy Saturday coming up. But I want everybody to know that God bless you, God keep you. But not only that, you know, enjoy your doses of sports. Enjoy the NCAA tournament, the NBA, the women's NCAA tournament, Major League Baseball, hockey, whatever your dose of sports is, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. You guys have a great day. God bless you. God keep you. I love you. I'm out.